Good morning, friends. Welcome to a new video. I do have a towel on. I just got out the shower. I'm not just standing here butt-ass naked. Hi, guys. I thought I would quickly show you my skincare as it's been since I've been here. I have been using this La Roche-Posay Effaclar face wash since I got here. So far, I actually am seeing improvement. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. I do have a couple of pimples here on my chin, but they're not as bad as they used to be. Keep in mind, I am also on antibiotics for my skin, but I've been on the same antibiotics previously as well, and I still had like these massive zits on my face while I was on them. So at this point, I don't know if it's because of the La Roche-Posay, but so far I'm happy with it. So if it's during the day, I'll wash my face with that, and then I keep my skincare as simple as possible. I just use this Oil Control Dry Touch sunscreen. It's SPF 50 from Eucerin. I have very oily, acne-prone skin, so that is why I use these two products, and I find that like the more minimal products I use, the better. And then at night, I wash my face with the same face wash, but now I'm using this vitamin C night cream from Neutroderma. It says that you can use it over a serum as well, but I'm not currently using a serum. I left those at home. I'm literally just trying to keep my skincare as simple as possible right now. Also, as you can tell, these are pretty big tubs. So what I do is I literally take like all the little travel size things you can see from the Body Shop and stuff, and I just literally decant into there. So I've got some of my face wash in this, and I've got my sunscreen in this, because I just want to make sure that I'm continuing to be consistent with my skincare and that I'm using the exact same things. Whether I'm here at the crew house in Bridgetown or I'm in a hotel somewhere on a layover, I like to continue to use the exact same things, and it doesn't need to be anything fancier. This is literally just an old Body Shop face wash travel size thing that I can just take with me on my trips, and then I can just refill as I need. You probably don't care at all, but for lotion, I'm currently just using Vaseline, and then I'm using this Dove Antiperspirant. I love like solid stick roll-ons versus the liquid ones. I feel like those really don't do a lot for me, but these are always great. Something that Barbados does very well that I feel like in South Africa we don't have as many options as they do here is edge control. Edge control products are life. I need to show you guys. I need to try to go back to that pharmacy and take a picture to show you guys just how many flavors of the stuff there was. This is the True Edge Controller Extreme Hold, and look, I got the pineapple flavored one. It really actually smells like pineapple. It smells so nice. It's fun to know that I have a flavored edge control gel in my hair. They had like raspberry, blueberry, they had vanilla, they had cocoa. Like, it was insane. I think that that's amazing, and I love this stuff. It really holds my hair down all day long. The kind of edge control gels I've tried from back home have never been this good, so I need to make sure I stock up on this before I go home. I didn't even intro the video. Oh my gosh. What bad manners. Hi guys, it's me, Andy, again. Today we are in Bridgetown. We are getting ready for a trip. It's just a one-day trip today. I think we're leaving for work at about 1 p.m. It's currently 11:45. We're just doing a 3-leg today. We're going to start with a St. Kitts turn. So we'll be flying from Bridgetown to St. Kitts and turning around and coming right back to Bridgetown. And then once we get back to Bridgetown, we board again and we head off to Kingston, Jamaica, where we're spending the night. I've definitely seen a difference in the last few days with the roster in terms of like less hectic flying. At my entire last trip, there was not a single like change to the roster, especially like a last minute addition of flights. Even the passenger loads are a little bit less. I think the last time I went to Kingston, we had like 28 passengers going, something like that, whereas the time before it was like above 60. I'm grateful that we can be on time and that our passengers are just genuinely, they've been so nice. I am definitely getting a bit homesick though. It actually helps when we're busier and things are more hectic, because I don't have time to be like, oh, I miss home, I miss Keegan, I miss this, I miss that, I wish I was at home doing this instead. Whereas now I have so much time on my hands to think of all that stuff. Like, there's less hectic things going on, but also I really enjoy that. I'm grateful for the downtime more now, because our turnarounds, we've got more time, especially since we're on time and we're not delayed constantly from the start of the day. I've actually got time during a turnaround to call one of my friends and have a catch up, like a little 20-minute, but it's still something, you know. It's definitely something that I try to prioritize, not forgetting to have my little catch up sessions with my friends. I think my mascara is finished, but lucky for me, I flew up with the second one. It'll be a couple weeks before you guys see this vlog, so I'm sure the whole New Year reset thing has died down, where everyone is posting that kind of like New Year, new me, reset, let's go through our 2025 goals, that kind of thing. And I don't think I'll do like a dedicated video on that, but maybe at the end of this video I'll chat to you guys about like what I'm focusing on, what I'm prioritizing this year. In the meantime, before we get to that part of the vlog though, please let me know what's something that you're focusing on for the year 2025. I think it's so cool.
It is cool.
But
It's
like,
so worth your money.
and it's smooth the way it does it as well.
I can see, look there. You can film like top billing or something.
We just landed in St. Kitts. It's almost 4. We came with 13 passengers only, which is very, very light. I feel like the passenger loads are getting lighter and lighter. Definitely out of the holiday season hectic loads now at this point. And then I think we're expecting to go back with 34 passengers back to Bridgetown. We'll see how that goes. It's so nice here. It's so pretty. I really wish we could spend more time on this island. But we've called for passengers. We want to do a quick turnaround. We're supposed to be taking off in 15. So let's see if we can board 34 passengers in the next 15 minutes and take off. Hi. Hi. Was that your landing?
Ja, dat is de draft.
It was just windy here, friends. It's just very windy. We ended up taking off at, no, I closed doors at 4:12 and we took off at 4:25. So still somewhat on time. It is now 5:43. We're supposed to start boarding in about 20 minutes, but we've already called for it because cleaning has come and gone, catering has come and gone. We're ready to go, and apparently it's a full flight, so I'll take all the extra time that we can get. Hopefully it's no fuss, hopefully it's easy. We came here with 70. That's what she said. She hasn't brought a manifest yet though, but they said 7. Anyway, I'm just gonna stare at the sunset until it's time to board. Good morning, friends. Yesterday was a good day overall. We didn't really have any issues, except we just kept having to wait so long to board the passengers for some reason. We started boarding, I want to say 50 minutes early for the Kingston flight. The cleaners and the catering came and did their thing really, really quickly. So we were ready for the next set of passengers like fairly early because we were supposed to be on the ground for an hour. So we called for boarding about 50 minutes before departure time, but it took us the entire 50 minutes to board the passengers. We had to just keep waiting for people, and I think people were just in different parts of the airport. They had to be found and called and all that stuff. So, but at least we did leave on time. We actually landed early. I think our flying time is usually about 3 hours here, but yesterday it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And we had 64 passengers and 1 infant. On descent, one of the passengers, one of the children, got sick and was like throwing up all over the seat next to them. It wasn't a bad thing. It happens, honestly. It's just that it happened on descent. And also what's funny is that I had moved the guy that was sitting next to them because it was a mom and a baby. And I had moved the guy that was sitting next to them just so that the mom and the baby have more space for the 3-hour flight. And the guy went and he sat next to his one friend towards the back of the plane. And then the baby threw up. And they threw up all over the seat that the guy had originally been sitting in. So that was really lucky on his part. But yeah, overall, we really had no issues on that flight. It was a good one. We got to the apartments at about 9 p.m., I want to say. It's only 7:20, and our pickup from the apartments is at 8 a.m. because our departure is at 10 a.m. this morning, like I said. But we're like 20 minutes from the airport. This just gives us enough time to get to the airport, get ourselves a coffee because we love that coffee shop there. If anybody wants to get like some food, some breakfast or anything like that, then we can also stop and get that before we head over to the plane. Today we're just operating 3 flights. This is really the easiest trip that I've had since I've arrived here because we just spent last night away, and then today we go back home and we only fly again after 2 days, which should be really fun. Hopefully we can fill up these 2 days with something exciting. I've worked on a list of things that I want to do. I was thinking of doing like a day tour while I'm here, just to knock out a bunch of stuff, because the rest of my crew have all been here before, except for Brett. It's his first time here, but his first week here, I wasn't here yet, and they did a bunch of touristy stuff. So I don't really want to like make everybody do all of that again if they don't want to. I'm thinking of just getting like one of those city day tours to take me around and do all the touristy things that I haven't yet done. But we'll see how that goes, although I also do need to edit my videos, and that takes some time as well. But like I was saying, today's flights, we're just operating 3 flights. We're going from Kingston back to Bridgetown, and then from Bridgetown we're gonna work an Antigua turn. Hopefully we can leave here early, and hopefully we can leave for Antigua early, because we always have issues with air traffic control getting in and out of Antigua, which is not my favorite thing to experience, because a lot of the time we end up like on the ground with passengers, doors closed for like an hour before they let us actually take off, and then obviously that delays the next flight and the next crew that are taking over from us, which is not the greatest way for them to start a trip. So I always feel bad about that. I just hope we can leave Antigua in time so that we don't delay them, because they're taking over from us today and they're gonna fly to Guyana, I think. Anyway, speaking of plans and stuff, 2025 is hopefully going to be a fun year, hopefully an exciting year, but not like a super hectic one. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself this year to really accomplish too much, because it is going to be a big year for me. I'm getting married in autumn and I'm very excited for that, but right now I think that's like the biggest thing that I can handle. How dare I start talking to you guys about 2025 without even reflecting on 2024 and how beautifully it ended up turning out for me. Like, what? Currently editing this vlog, and of course I had to jump in and quickly as I talk about something, just quickly reflect on 2024. Just finished watching my video of 2024, all my goals and my vision board and everything like that, and I'm really impressed with myself. I feel like the less pressure I put on myself and the less like super strict goals I write out, the better the year turns out, because I end up kind of surprising myself with how much I'm able to achieve. I don't know if it's a matter of like attracting certain opportunities, but life just kind of just worked out. I started 2024 with just over 5,000 followers on TikTok and with 3.9 thousand YouTube subscribers, and I remember my goal was to reach 5,000 YouTube subscribers. I have reached that goal, but I did reach it a few days into January 2025. Still super grateful. It just makes me so happy that now I have over 5,000 of you guys that chose to be on my corner of the internet. In 2024, I also wanted to read more than 20 books, which I did. I think I read like 33. I wanted to move more, lose some weight, also sleep better. That is the only thing where I feel like I really struggled with that, but I also just wanted to take a deep dive into my overall health. So I've been visiting my doctor a lot more, trying to get all of that figured out. I wanted to take more pictures, and I wanted to create more intentional content, whether on my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok, and I feel like I did do that. I could post more of my pictures than what I currently do, but one step at a time. I also really wanted to set my wedding date and start planning the wedding, so finding a venue, finding a dress, finding vendors, and for the most part I feel like my wedding at this point is about 95% completely planned out. It's just a matter of last minute things, but we'll get into that closer to the wedding when I'm back home. And then another thing I wanted to focus on in 2024 was traveling more. Now, did I piggyback off of my job as a flight attendant? Absolutely. But how else was I supposed to do it? I ended up in places I never thought I would be. Going to Mongolia, are you kidding, was one of the highlights of 2024 for me. And yes, I was there for work, but I made the most of it. And then of course, taking a little bit of time and going to Istanbul with Keegan on our way home. Istanbul, guys, in the beginning of the year when I said I wanted to travel more, I literally meant a weekend in Cape Town. Like, that's what I was thinking of in my head when I was saying that out loud. I was not imagining Istanbul. So the fact that my fiance and I ended up in Istanbul together is just so amazing, and it is something that I am so incredibly happy that we were able to get that done and that it worked out for us. And just What a good time. My vision board for 2025 is along the same lines though, in terms of just like having a feeling, no strict rules, no strict long list of goals or anything like that. But as you can tell, I'm focusing on a good wedding day, hopefully a good start to my marriage, continuing with prioritizing my skincare, my health, really getting a handle on that. I want to try to decorate my home intentionally. I have some positive affirmations in the vision board as well. I've actually taken the last year off of my studies, so I need to get back into those because I would really like to finish sometime soon. I'd also like to focus on good foods, good experiences with my friends, good outfits, and possibly more travel, which already we're starting off on a good note because I'm sitting in Barbados as we speak. So I did do a vision board just for like my iPad background, just so that it kind of gives me a sense of what I want to focus on this year. But other than that, all I've done is a bingo card, a 2025 bingo card, which I thought was just so much fun. I saw it on Instagram on somebody's page, I can't remember. And I just thought that that was so much fun. And instead of doing like a whole list of goals for like finance and fitness and all these things, let's just rather focus on a few, just a handful of fun things that I want to be able to scratch off of my bingo card this year. The focus on each thing is a lot more fun and a lot more lighthearted. There's a couple of things that might be challenging for me, but you know, not anything that's going to be unattainable. There's a couple of things that I'm going to have to put time and effort into, but it's nothing too crazy. So to name a few, I want to attend a live show. That can be a comedy show, it can be a music show, a concert, anything like that. Definitely want to have an epic wedding day. We're so excited for that. I think the last couple of years I've had some reading goals. I think 2 years ago my reading goal was to read like 5 or 10 books, I can't remember. And then last year my reading goal was to read 25 books, and I surpassed that a lot because I read a lot of audiobook while I was driving to and from work and while I was cleaning around the house and stuff like that. But I was also reading like written books just before bed every night to help me sleep. So this year, instead of having a number of books that I want to focus on reading, my only goal is to read one non-fiction book, because I've got to say, I eat up non-fiction books all day long. Give me a romance, give me a general fiction, give me a psychological thriller. You know, I'm a Frida McFadden fan, but I haven't read a non-fiction book in the past year. So hopefully this year I can do that. This one is just like a fun little thing. I would love to reach 40,000 on TikTok, and I would love to reach 7,000 YouTube subscribers. Hopefully we can do that. This is something that is completely out of my control with how many people choose to subscribe to my channel and choose to follow me on TikTok. All I can do is produce and post content, and hopefully that's content that connects with people enough that they choose to subscribe and follow. So in the first half of this year, I'm not able to do any of my studies because I'm not in the country for so much of it. So I have registered for semester 2 and I have registered for 4 modules. So I just want to complete those 4 modules and pass the exams. We need to book our honeymoon this year. We're not going to go on a honeymoon this year. I think after the wedding, we're going to do like a few days away in Durban, Ballito, that area. We'll see. But we want to actually book an international honeymoon for the following year, for like our 1-year anniversary of getting married. On the table right now, we've got Namibia, we've got Mauritius, we've got Bali, we've got Thailand, and then obviously Zanzibar as well. We still don't really know which one we're leaning towards the most. So yeah, hopefully sometime this year I can actually book our flights and our hotel stay and then start actually planning the itinerary and stuff. That'll be super exciting. I'd love to do a girlfriends brunch. I want to focus on my friendships this year. I want to do a day out at Gold Reef City, and another thing that I want to do is a hamper day, whether it's buying 10 Streetwise 2s or putting together like hampers with rice and beans and whatever, like toothbrushes and toothpaste and that kind of thing, and handing it out to people that are at the robot, or if it is just like a sandwich and a juice and an apple and handing that out. Literally, I don't think anything is too small, but I think that it's important. I feel encouraged and motivated to do that this year. I'm really excited to get into 2025 this way. I feel so much more motivated and so much more positive. Usually I feel a bit overwhelmed or a bit like not necessarily stressed about it, but I do tend to put pressure on myself to achieve the goals that I've set out. And so this time I just feel like I've focused on the right stuff and I feel excited to get it going. Speaking of getting going,
the lady said that she hopes my food gets better.
that's nice.
Yes, I gave her green. for good.
Green for good, yeah. Poor Phoebe has a mosquito bite on her foot that is just bothering her so much, like it's making her entire foot swell up. And I feel so bad for her because she looks very uncomfortable. We must We're expecting 23 passengers. Super easy. Pardon? Oh, hey, when did you first hear that song? Oh, Benton, that's such an old song. Yeah, I think so. Yo. Benton, Captain, We should be boarding soon. We were taking a photo outside because it's our last day with our captain. He's leaving us. We took a fun picture together. So cute. Look at Brett's face in this photo. You guys are all so strange. I love it. It's 2:15. We landed like 40 minutes ago. One of our passengers is on a flight that's still inbound. They should be landing in the next 5 or 6 minutes. So we're waiting for them to land before we decide to start boarding. But we're expecting 29 passengers going to Antigua. Should be a good one, hopefully. We should be on time. We're supposed to only depart at 2:45. So if we start boarding at 2:20, that should give us a good amount of time. We came to Antigua with 28 passengers. I think I remember telling you guys that there was one passenger we had to wait for. They came very quickly, so it didn't take too long. And we came, I think we ended up taking off like 5 or 10 minutes early, but we ended up landing exactly on time just because of the hold that we had to do. Flying time was meant to only be about 50 minutes, but it ended up being just over an hour. Now we're expecting 41 passengers going back to Bridgetown with us. We've already called for boarding. It is 25 minutes now before departure time, but I'm hoping that we can board all of them in the next like 10 or 15 minutes because I know it's going to take a while for us to get our start clearance and everything, especially because I see British Airways is here, American Airlines is here, a couple of American Airlines planes are here actually, and JetBlue is here as well. So if they're ahead of us and there's people coming into land as well, it might take a while for us to get our startup clearance and our takeoff clearance and all that, and that's what always delays us. So hopefully we can get out of here as soon as possible because the next crew only has, I think, 45 minutes between our scheduled landing time and their scheduled departure time for them to do their flight to Guyana. So I'm hoping I can save them a little bit of time so that they're not too rushed and racing against the clock or anything like that. It's been a good day so far. That's the day. One more leg, just one more leg. The hold is torture because I get so tired and I'm like already sitting in my jump seat and it's like the plane is rocking me to sleep. So it's absolute torture having to sit in a hold when you're already on descent and already on approach or whatever, because then you're just sitting there and there's nothing for you to do and you're tired. So yeah, and you can't fall asleep, especially not me, because the passengers are all facing me, like my jump seat is right in the front, and so I'm like sitting there like this, like in such a creepy way, just trying to not fall asleep. But yeah, I made it. It's okay. Just one more flight to go and then I can go home and sleep. We might actually stop at the grocery store first because I do need to get some stuff, and then go home and then sleep. How good does my dinner look? We stopped at the Chinese restaurant on the way home. that we literally just discovered a couple weeks ago, and we completely love it. We're obsessed, obviously. So I got this Szechuan chicken with noodles, and I'm just watching some The Office. It's my first time ever watching the show. I'm already on season 2, episode 19, because I'm obsessed. I love the show. I think it's so funny. The humor here is ridiculous, and now I get the hype. I get it. I was always wondering, like, why do people make such a big deal out of it? But now I get it. Anyway, today was good. That last flight was fine. We had another passenger get sick on takeoff this time, but luckily it didn't go anywhere. She used an air sick bag, which is just the thing I'm the most grateful for. And we came back with, we had 44 passengers coming back from Antigua. We had 3 passengers who were transiting to Guyana, which is where the other crew were operating to, so we kept the 3 of them on board because we ended up taking off 45 minutes behind schedule out of Antigua. That's how long it took air traffic control and the airspace and everything to give us the go-ahead to take off. So we were a bit behind schedule. Luckily, nobody missed their connections. They still had time to get to their connections, and the other people who were cutting it close, they were luckily flying with the same airline. So they were waited for, so we're happy about that. And yeah, we saw the other crew kind of handed over everything. We had to say goodbye to our captain though, because he's flying to Guyana with the other crew because a new captain arrived, and it's just this whole thing. So there's a bit of a shift in the teams and the crews right now. The other junior's gonna leave in a couple of weeks, so we might swap crews again after that. I don't know. I don't know what our team is gonna look like in a couple of weeks, but we'll see. Hopefully it settles down quite soon. But yeah, overall, a good 2-day trip. It was fun. I had the best team. It's 8:30 now. I'm gonna eat my food, have a shower, watch more TV, I guess, while I just decompress a little bit, and then tomorrow we'll see what we get up to. I don't know. It'll probably be another beach day though. That's like pretty much our MO. I do want to be more intentional with my days off because I still have a list of things that I want to do and sites that I want to see that I need to like actually plan out around our off days, and hopefully so that I can see all the stuff and experience all the things that I want to experience. But anyway, thank you guys so much for spending the last couple of days with me. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Sorry for filming this last little bit in the most unflattering, like nose up angle, but yeah. But anyway, have the best rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you guys all in the next video. Please continue spreading good vibes and being kind. Bye.
You give me a sign, give me a sign, oh, give me a sign, baby, give me a sign, just give me one more